Here's your daily reminder that the Democrat Party and woke corporations think black people and brown people are too stupid or too helpless to have a photo ID to vote. Hello once again, all my fellow patriots and you filthy leftist stalkers out there. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Angela Box. You're watching Angela's Soapbox, where I always say what you are thinking. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, liking or rumbling this video, commenting on this video, and of course sharing this video, especially with your filthy leftist friends, because they truly hate my guts, and for me that's a badge of honor. Alright, quick video today. I have lots to do this morning, so let's just get right into it. The sea turtle killing plastic straw. It's going to Alvin Bragg, the district attorney of Manhattan, New York. Let's discuss why, shall we? Oh, let me count the ways. All right, yesterday, on Monday, we found out that, thank God, the Marine Daniel Penny was found not guilty by a jury in Manhattan. They had found him not guilty of manslaughter, and then they had gone back to they wanted to do some more deliberation to see if this guy was like guilty of negligent homicide, which is absolutely insane. And they couldn't come to a consensus, thank God. So the judge dismissed the case. This case never should have been brought in the first place. It's disgusting. I believe it was brought during, 21, 22. I could be wrong on the date there. But certainly at the peak wokeness that we were all experiencing. Because never forget what this whole case is about. Daniel Penny was visiting New York City. He was a tourist. He was on the subway. And there was this, crazy man that had been, kind of tormenting the subway passengers for quite a long time. He was very well known. And the media, when this all happened, were like, oh, he's a Michael Jackson impersonator. No, he was, a lunatic and would, harass and threaten subway passengers, children, women, whomever. He was nuts. And he was wildly on drugs and all these things. And he was violent. So the guy kind of went nuts on the subway. And Daniel Penny, because he's a Marine, he stepped into action like any man would do. A man, I might say, a man. Where were the men of New York City to have handled this guy previously? I guess they were like, I don't want to touch this thing with a 10-foot pole because I know what's going to happen to me, especially if I'm a white guy trying to subdue a black man who's acting crazy. So Daniel Penny stepped into action. He got him subdued. He put him in a chokehold, which subdued him. The police came, and the police didn't even want to do mouth-to-mouth on him. And by the way, Daniel Penny was he was alive when the police came. And then the police didn't want to do mouth-to-mouth on him because of his diseases. And it was like a whole thing. So this guy dies, and the media jumps into action, and all the leftist agitators jump into action, and BLM, aka BM, jump into action and demand that this guy be arrested. And again, Daniel Penny was simply trying to protect other people on the subway train. He was being a good Samaritan. He's doing what any real man would do, protecting other civilians. So it was absolutely a politically motivated prosecution. The same a-hole, Alvin Bragg, who prosecuted Donald Trump for the ridiculous fraud case and whatever else. He is the guy that was pushing this full steam ahead because remember what Alvin Bragg said when he got into power. He said, my number one goal, and Letitia James, same thing. My number one goal is to prosecute Donald Trump and to make sure he's in jail. That was his thing. And so anything connected even adjacently to Donald Trump or the rule of law or doing the right thing or traditional masculinity, he was also going to go after. So when charges were brought against this man, people were, outraged, except for the activist left. The activist left was like, yay, a white man killed a black man. We must throw him into jail for the rest of his life, even though it was completely justified to subdue this guy because he was crazy and threatening other people. Anyway, this case never should have been brought, and the fact that this man has had to endure this hell for the last 2 years, incur God knows how many hundreds of thousands of dollars of legal fees, have his name dragged through the mud, and now it's all been dismissed. He's found not guilty, thank God. Now, this is not going to end because this guy, Michael Neely's family, who threw him out because he was nuts and on drugs and whatever, now all of a sudden they're like, hey, we should be having riots. This is another example of systemic racism and white supremacy. Now, it remains to be seen if the outrage mob is going to jump on this. I think methinks the lady doth protest too much, and I think they realize that this isn't 2020, this isn't 2022, this isn't 2023, this is 2024. Trump's getting ready to be president again, and the people have had enough. Even Mayor Adams, Eric Adams, who all of a sudden is understanding what side his bread is buttered on, and it ain't the left, he's saying that Daniel Penny did what any New Yorker should have done. Like, someone should have handled this guy, who was a threat to other passengers a long time ago. And it took a tourist who was a Marine and a real man to handle it. So I would suspect that the riots that the father wants is not going to happen because this guy just wants to get paid. He thinks, again, it's 2020, 2022, and 2023, and that a bunch of dumb actors are going to be putting black scores on their Instagrams and making videos saying, I take responsibility. But no, that's not going to happen. He's not going to get paid, and there's not going to be any riots. That's my prediction. But I do predict that Daniel Penny is going to sue the city of New York for wrongful prosecution. And I suspect that, like Kyle Rittenhouse, he's going to be getting a very nice payday shortly. And I hope he sues the media too, that basically called him a murderer. I hope Daniel Penny sues these people into oblivion. And they richly deserve it. So look, this is another example of F around and find out. When you persecute and prosecute innocent people who were just trying to do the right thing, this is what happens to you leftists. So this is going to be a preview of things to come. The American people are done. We are fed up with your nonsense, and we're not taking it anymore. We're just not taking it anymore. So thank God Daniel Penny was found not guilty, and he can now pursue civil claims against the city of New York and against the media that smeared and defamed him. All right, that's where I'm going to leave this video. Let me know what you think down below, and I will see you in the next one. Thy will be done. Bye.